Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? This is DeMarcus, your motivational guy today, and I appreciate you guys being here. We're waiting for YouTube. We're waiting for Facebook to come online, and then we'll go ahead and get ourselves started. I hope you guys are having a great day. I am also having a great day here. All right, let's see here. Here we go. So our video today is about how to overcome anything and on a scale of greatness and action and all that good stuff. So I want you to think about this in perspective. I always like to bring up a little perspective piece. The world is designed of repetitive motions and repeating things. And what's really cool and what's really horrible is that we can actually have things in our mind that we have to think about it first, and then it moves to our subconscious mind. We don't have to think about it, like driving a car. You don't actually have to think about driving a car now, but when you first started, you had to think about driving a car. So things started off in your conscious mind, the thoughts that go in there and then go to your subconscious mind. Now I want you to think about that from the terms of opening doors. So a lot of you realize, like, if you want to take your life and you want to make your life a series of doors in a hallway. So if you open up a door, or you try to unlock a door, right, and it's locked, okay, what your brain does, it says, okay, this door is red and it's, it has this on it, blah, blah, blah. Let's say there's some writing on it. So every door that you see down the road, if you try to unlock that a couple times down the road, you try to unlock it, you'll start to notice that all those doors are starting, those doors of that type are locked to you right then, right? So you automatically, at some point in time, will ignore or stop trying to open those doors. Now, those doors are opportunities, but the thing is about opportunity is that opportunity is made in timing. You are not always ready for every gift that you're trying to get or receive. So every door that you opened up that's red with that writing on it, right now you may not be great enough to open it. It could be the fact that you got to be a little stronger to turn that latch harder. It's got to be, you got to push a little bit. You got to pull. You don't know. You haven't gone through the steps yet to get to the place where you can understand how to get through that door. But later on down the road, that might be the exact door you need to go through. But we actually have a subconscious mind that says, well, that door didn't work. We're not going to try that door anymore. See what I'm saying? So life is a series of doors. At the beginning or earlier on, you would try to go through a door. The door didn't open, so all of a sudden now that door doesn't work for you ever. But the thing is, that door is the door you need to go through. Now, we oftentimes go through situations where we're checking doors, and we often go through doors that are open and easy to open. So open and easy to open doors, let me tell you something about those. The problem with those is that they're open and easy to open. They didn't take any pressure or take any type of new knowledge to get through them. They're just open because they've always been open. Now, by taking these easy doors, yes, you will go somewhere, but you might also end up in a dead end or just another room. Or maybe it leads you down a path of non-greatness. So you actually have to come out of that room and go back into the hallway to check other doors. Now, some doors will be open, and then all of a sudden, as you get bigger, older, stronger, it'll lock. Like, for example, you can't be 40 years old and go to middle school. That door is going to be locked no matter what you try to do. You can go teach middle school, but you can't go and actually be in middle school. So doors are going to lock, doors are going to open. But you can't let a door being locked now mean it's not going to be open in the future. And you can't let an open door dictate where you go, because that may not be where you need to be. That might just be the easy, comfortable, remember comfortable, easy, comfortable way to get through it. This is that job that you don't like, but you're doing it because you need the money, because you have car bills, you have house payments. That might be that, or it might be, doing something that you probably shouldn't do, but you just do it anyway because it's easy, right? So what I want to show you here is based on that logic. And before I go into that, I have a quote from Benjamin Franklin. And the quote is that a job well done is better than a job well said. Okay? So what that means is that taking action, doing something, is much better than talking about it. And that's going to go into my next one. I actually created something called the action scale. Look at how pretty that is. I made that myself. I did. So on the action scale, it's a scale of 1 to 10, right? So on this side you have 0 to 10. On this side you have 0. And what does 0 equal? It equals nothing, meaning you're not doing anything about anything. You're just sitting on your butt. On this side you have 10. And what does 10 equal? All out action. Means that, as Tony Robbins would say, all out action. Nothing stopping you going to get it. Now the average people, hold on, I'm doing this backwards, so please forgive me. Here we go. The average people here actually sit between 1 and 8. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what between 1 and 3 means. So 1 and 3, that actually is the complain stage. We complain how the door is not open, and so we just talk about it. Oh, I can't believe this door is not open. Woe is me, woe is me. That's the complain stage, okay? So we need to definitely get out of the complain stage. That was yesterday's video talking about the dog sitting on the nail because he didn't get up and move because it didn't hurt enough. So you're not, if you're in the complain stage of 1 to 3, that means you're not getting up and moving because it's not hurting enough. So you're sitting on your nail. I hope you guys did the homework yesterday and actually went and found out what your nail was, because that's, by doing that, finding out what your nail was and taking responsibility for it, you can move to the next stage, okay? So you have the complain stage, okay? The next stage, though not much further, is the thought stage, okay? So what is the thought stage? The thought stage is like, okay, now I understand I have a problem and I need to move forward. So now I'm just gonna think about my problem so that I can, you know, just try to get an idea of what I'm gonna do. I'll just think about it. Yeah, let me think about it. You hear a lot of people saying, let me think about it. There's nothing to think about. It's black and white, yes or no. The problem is, people don't want to go and take the action to open the doors because it's scary. So the action stage is between 3 and 5. So between 5 and 8, which is a little bit further down, it is the, and this is one of the reason why I made this one so big, and you understand that, understand here why I did that, is because a lot of people, after they complain about it, decide they want something new and they think about it. This is the part where they get stuck. This is a huge part of why people stay comfortable. Other than being 10 all-out action, between 5 and 8 is the getting ready phase. They're planning, they're getting stuff ready, they're not actually moving. It's more like they're going in a circle. So if you want to look at this as a linear line, the getting ready phase, you're just consistently going in a circle with thought and, you know, what you don't want, and you're just looking, you're like, okay, let me plan this out, let me plan this out, let me write this down. Once I get this, I'm done. How many times have you guys heard somebody say, hey man, once I get this money, I'm gonna be so happy? That's the getting ready phase. The reason I know that's the getting ready phase is because the thing is, the money won't make you happy. So you think that because you don't have the money, it's gonna make you happy. So you're getting ready. You're getting ready. You're planning to make more money. You haven't really made more money. You're just planning to make more money. You may have gotten a second job, but then you lose your time, and then, oh, I'm gonna spend so much more time with my kids, and you're just going around in a circle. You're just going around. So the getting ready phase is a dangerous phase to be. It's like a track on a high school track. If you keep going around and around and around and you don't actually get off the track, you will continuously walk that track. And getting ready, that's where a lot of people live. Okay? So I want you to think about yourself. Are you in the complain phase here? Are you complaining still about what your problems with your friends and like, oh no, oh woe is me? Or are you in the thought phase? And the thought phase, well, you're thinking about your problems. You recognize you have something that you need to change and you're thinking about it now. I remember right now I was complaining about my job when I used to work last year. I won't say the company's name, starts with Ivial, or rhymes with Ivial, but I used to complain about that job a lot with a lot of people there. And then I was like, you know what, I don't want to be here anymore. And then I had thoughts about, you know, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna think about, yeah, I'm gonna leave, but I needed the money, so I didn't leave, but I thought about it. And then I started getting ready to leave. Like, you know what, I'm gonna start making plans. I started making plans to leave, but I never did anything. Now, here's the part that I love. You have here 8, 9, and 10. And that is sorry about that. Let's see. This is the next step. And this is where a lot of people are scared of. This step right here puts fear in people's hearts. This step 8 through 10 is called movement phase, where you're moving forward. Now, the reason I actually say people are scared of that is because this is where people who have been, like myself, like I got let go of my job. Like, so the movement phase was forced. So you have two choices in the movement phase. It could either be a forced movement where you are pushed out the door, whether, you know, you lose your home or you lose your car, or whether you lose your house, you lose your job, you lose your spouse, you know, you lose your parents. All this, there's movement that moves you forward, no matter what it is. Whether you get an injury, something's got to happen. You get an injury, you got to fix the injury. You get sick, you got to fix sick. So you're forced to move. Or some people, and like the reason I put forced or self, is because between 9 and 10 is the self movement, which is the hardest of them all. And that is the movement where you do on your own. You say, you know what? I'm tired of this. I am leaving. So when you're fed up, you've done the complaining, you've done the thought, you've gotten ready, and the forced movement has not happened. So you've got to take action. And then the next thing you know, you're in all-out action stage right here, all-out action, and that's how you create something successful. So this right here, this is my action scale. I just made this up and I love it. So you got 0 to 1 is nothing, 1 to 3 is complaining, 3 to 5 is thought, 5 to 8 is getting ready, because you got to get ready to get ready, and then you got to get ready for that. And then 8 is going to be the movement phase, which is force, and 9 will be the movement phase, which is actually taking your all-out action. Now, the reason I separated those two is because once you're forced with movement, like let's say you get fired from your job, once you're forced for movement, you actually have to, at that point in time, self-motivate and self-movement. You've got to make a move to put that money back into your account because you need it to pay the bills. You see what I'm saying? So I hope you guys got something for this. Ladies, I hope you got something from this. Just remember the Benjamin Franklin quote that a job well done is much better than a job well said. And you'll understand why action is necessary. Action gets you out of that comfortable zone. The frog in the boiling water, you can boil them to death as long as you raise it 1 degree at a time and they don't even notice it's being boiled. The dog on the nail, not hurting enough for you to get up. So you have all these pieces, so put the action in place to get to somewhere that you want to go, and that's what I have for you today. So I hope you learned something about the action scale. It's a pretty powerful tool. Just figure out where you are on the scale. The problem, most people are not real with themselves. And remember to check all the doors. Even if the door was locked yesterday, it doesn't mean it's not open today. And that's all I have to say. I love you guys. I love you girls. I love you all. Remember, I believe and love in each and every one of you. So go out there and get it, and you deserve the best, and I hope you get it. Talk to you soon. Bye. Happy Friday.